Orale! What's up, homies? Check it out. In today's episode, we talk the Constitution, we talk about child support, we talk about cheating. I mean, we just throw the kitchen sink into this episode. It's hilarious. You gotta listen.
Right on.
Look at me. Look at me. I am the host now.
I'm the host. Now, when you end up becoming a host, I don't get to record online, do
I? No, I don't think so.
Oh, and I also have a phone number for people to call in. That's cool.
Right on. That's cool.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah. See, if we can figure out how to stream this shit live, we do a call-in show.
OBS.
Oh yeah.
OBS. As soon as we figure out OBS, we can do that.
I'm gonna
That would
need
be
a
cool.
better machine for live streaming, but I'm just saying.
Or
No.
we can record
No.
live.
What
and
is it?
give out the-
No. This is how live streaming works. So, only one of us has to be live streaming in order for
I get
us
that.
to live stream out. Yeah.
I get that.
Okay.
I'm just saying I need a
Or we
better
can
machine.
We can use. No, you don't have to do anything.
Yeah, I do. I got a lot of Illustrator and Photoshop stuff I got to take care of, and
No.
while
I
it's
mean,
adequate right
in
now.
general, I'm saying not to live stream. Just me or Sabino could actually handle the work of the live stream part.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be.
Word. No, I
it
got
wouldn't
you.
weigh down your computer at all.
I got you. I'm just saying I want a new
But
computer.
we all could use a better computer.
Yeah. So
Word.
sponsors. Amazon. If you're listening, we can use we could use some sponsors. That was a good one. That was like an 8. Now all we need is a dick joke.
Right. That's right.
That's it.
We're halfway there. We're halfway done with the episode. So
Woo!
God damn, son. Like you
I
feel like gas
know.
today.
It's because it's because I had some onions. That's why.
Look, I'm just glad it's not coming out the other end. You know what I mean? Not that I can smell it, mind you, but
Right.
you know.
If you could hear it coming from the other end, I'm gonna have to excuse myself because I may actually have sharted. So
No, you need to go. Speaking of which, you need to go to my Instagram and look at my stories. Because this exact thing, somebody went from gas to solids while not wearing pants.
Oh.
What's that called? Reverse sublimation?
While being arrested.
Oh,
well.
well, if you are gonna do that, right? Go from gas to solids in an instant like that,
Well, hold on.
When you're getting arrested, hold up. When you're getting arrested would be the appropriate time to do that.
No, he went
really had
from
to get that out.
gas. Technically, he went from gas, liquids to solids.
Right. All 3 states
So
matter.
Yeah, he went to all 3 states.
All right, then. Like who knew that could happen? Shit. You know what I
I
mean?
know, right? Yeah. Yeah.
I thought it was exclusively, a water thing, but I guess not.
Yeah. I mean, I if you'd have said he went from gas to solids, I'm already trying to think of the physics of that. Like, that's like flash freezing, except in your ass.
Like that usually happens in reverse, with water when it sublimates into like from a solid to a gas. But hey, like freakier shit have happened, like the
Right.
founding of the church, for example.
That's true.
I'm just saying. So and 45 becoming president. I mean, who the fucking thunk it, right?
Hey, look, truth is stranger than fiction, my friend. Truth is
Oh,
stranger than fiction.
Okay. Before we begin with whatever's on the docket, I don't know. This is breaking news. 2 things happened today that were extremely tragic. What's his name? Alec Baldwin accidentally killed a man.
I was
on
just
set.
reading that.
Yep.
I know. I just saw
As
the
I was
headline on
wondering.
that one.
And
Now the question is, was he goofing around when he did it, or was he like doing it as directed? And
yeah, that's
I think Alec Baldwin is a professional, and he wasn't fucking around.
Right.
Although if he was fucking around, then he could get a negligent homicide charge.
Right. Exactly.
Well, I mean, they're spinning it right now. Like Alec Baldwin is the actor responsible for shooting a prop gun that killed the
Assistant
DP
director.
and injured the director. So I guess this movie's never coming out.
Right.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? They made The Crow. They're definitely making this movie.
But The Crow's The Crow. You know what I mean?
Well, one, I don't know how deep in production they are. And two, if Alec Baldwin gets locked up and the director is ill, you know, I think it might be harder to finish the film than
come on. This is Hollywood, man. The show
I believe the
must
director
go on.
was the other one that was injured.
Who you gonna get to stand in for Alec Baldwin?
Look, don't make me pull out my Moulin Rouge. The show must go on.
Bro, they can deep fake Tom Cruise, they can deep fake fucking Al Pacino, they can deep fake Alec Baldwin. I'm just saying.
That's true. Have you not seen my deep fakes? I mean, I deep faked myself into a Mission Impossible movie.
Did you?
Yeah,
I gotta see that. I gotta see that.
Did you put your face on Tom Cruise's face?
I did indeed. I did.
Nice.
Nice. I'm gonna have my Jamie do my work for me here.
Right.
And I will show you how I deep fake myself into some movies. But continue, because this is gonna take a minute.
Now, the other tragic thing that happened is the actor who plays Uncle Phil in the Fresh Prince reboot accidentally he fatally killed someone involving a car accident. I'm not sure if he ran this person over or it was a collision of some sort, but the notification flashed on my phone screen as we were starting. So just a couple of tragic events involving Hollywood today. So
okay. Here's Fox 11's headline for Alec Baldwin. Alec Baldwin accused of accidentally firing a prop gun on a movie set, killing a woman and man because he's not a sexist.
Hold up. A woman and a man? Like, what was this, a machine gun?
No, because I think she could have been the DP. No pun intended.
Didn't even cross my mind.
That bullet most definitely. That bullet most definitely double penetrated something.
Look, man, I'm sorry. I was just watching myself as Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible, Jack Reacher, and The Edge of Tomorrow, and I just couldn't help but notice how sexy my ass is with those jaw lines.
Since you got this deep fake shit down pat, could you go back and fix the Justice League Whedon cut?
No.
And get rid. We only need a few scenes with the Superman lip. I
know. Fuck Joss Whedon.
It bothers me that this deep fake technology exists and does such a fucking great job on the internet, but a multi-million-dollar movie with probably like a $500 million budget couldn't move a fucking mustache out the way effectively. It bothers.
Holy shit!
I mean,
so the director of photography, huh? All right. So here we go. All right.
And the director himself.
Here, let's. Here we go. We're gonna share the screen. All right, and ready? Are you ready? Ready for this?
Yeah.
Look at how sexy. Look at how sexy I already look sexy as shit. Look at that. Look at that.
You look.
Bro, I did see
look
this.
Like you look. Hold on, before you press play.
Yeah.
You look like another actor I've seen in something who's chubby.
I look like Joaquin Bardem meets Tom Cruise.
No. I'm saying it's an actual actor that has the face that I'm looking at right now, and he's an older guy That's
Jeff
who you look like.
Goldblum? Because I've been told I look like a Mexican version of Jeff
No,
Goldblum.
that is a chubby Goldblum right there. Your nose ain't as big, but you know, you can add that to the
Jewish.
That's right. Well, no, I am Jewish. I got some Ashkenazi Jew in me. I do. Like maybe
I stand corrected.
Like maybe like a quarter of a percent.
According to the Hebrew Israelites, who we all know are the real Jews, you a fake Jew. So.
Oh well, that's fine. I'll take what I can get. You know, I don't need to get circumcised or nothing like that, do I?
I would just think you would do that out of just cleanliness.
Right.
I'm a responsible human being. I can clean my own dick. I don't need to have someone chop skin off of it for me in order for me to keep it clean.
You gonna fuck around and have schmegma. I'm just saying.
Nope. I jack off enough that no schmegma will ever accumulate.
You just rub it out?
That's right. Just rub the schmegma out.
God damn.
No cottage cheese underneath my faux skin, baby.
Well, there's your dick joke. Man, there it is. This just started off fucking dark, and here we are.
Show's over. That's it. All right. So you ready? You ready to see? We're ready to see my debut, Mr. DeMille. Mr. DeMille.
Damn. Look at that shit.
Oh, you look like that Indian actor too.
That's that Bollywood shit.
Oh yeah. Man, that's cool.
Like all awesome. This shit looked like a scene from his movies.
Right? Dude, it was great. That's some magnificent shit, man.
Oh, and in other news, they found dude.
Yep.
In the gutter of the swamp.
Oh, that's right.
The wilderness.
Yeah, Homeboy
by
was
some
right.
kind of animal.
Homeboy was
now,
right.
My thing is, they have a bunch of people who have died or been murdered around these guys' travel. So my question is he the killer, or was he killed and running from the killer?
I'm gonna say that the
motherfucker did that shit.
Is gator food, and at this point, we're never gonna find out.
Right.
You know, maybe they got sucked into the most dangerous game.
I mean,
right?
Perhaps.
And they lost.
I mean,
and when they got pulled over by the cops, they couldn't say anything because it's like, we got people in the cops. So if you say anything, then that's a problem too.
I just want to point out that that Dog the Bounty Hunter sucks at his job.
Shit, you didn't know that by watching the TV show? I don't trust a bounty hunter that doesn't have a license to carry a real gun. I'm sorry.
Oh, he's not allowed to carry a gun?
No, because he's a felon.
Really?
That's why, like, if you ever watch the show, they carry around pepper spray. Like, because he can't carry a gun, nobody else carries a gun, even though his kids don't necessarily have criminal records. It's like, there's no way I'm kicking in the door of a fucking crack house armed with nothing but a fucking pepper spray gun.
Well,
even though it's an industrial strength pepper spray gun.
Well,
I wouldn't do that.
Let me just take the opportunity right now to just call out and say how unfucking fair that is. Because just because you're a felon doesn't mean that you should not have the right to bear arms. I mean, did you or did you not already serve your time and did your, you did your what do they call that? You paid your debt to society. You should be allowed to carry a gun again.
Clearly, you haven't watched the Dog the Bounty Hunter show. He walks around with bare arms all the time.
Well, I know he's got a mullet, so I mean,
yeah.
And
no, but I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. Like, look, once your debt is paid to society, all rights should be returned. Period.
Right? Exactly. Exactly.
Certain rights I don't think should be stripped away, like your right to vote.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, imagine that.
If because that effectively makes you a non-citizen if you can't participate in your government.
Well, I beg to differ. I think I pointed this out in a previous podcast where you, as a felon in prison, may not have the right to vote. However, you can hypothetically run for president of the United States while in prison.
Yeah, you could.
I remember that conversation actually.
Yeah, there is nothing in the. There is nothing.
Surprised as all get out.
But
yep, there is nothing in the Constitution. There is nothing in the Constitution that says you cannot run for president if you are in prison or having been a convicted felon. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
So,
I think the Constitution needs an update.
So what
2.0, if you will.
Hey, that's not a bad idea.
Hold up.
You campaign on that to get the doors open and the process running for making an update to the Constitution, and then once everybody's primed, you shove a whole bunch of other shit down.
I calculated.
Give me a sec. Hold on.
Okay. Right.
I need to interject this because I think this is a very important point. You mean to tell me that if you're a felon, you cannot own a gun?
Nope.
But you can run for president.
Yes.
And I mean, the probability of you winning is probably close to nil. But the fact that there's a probability. Hold on. Let me finish my thought. So you mean to tell me that a felon can't own a gun?
Yes.
But he can run for president and potentially win and have the nuclear football?
Yes.
I mean, no. I guess.
No. Hold on.
It makes no fucking sense to me, but all right.
It's deeper than that.
All right. Enlighten
me. You can be in jail. You can be a felon.
You can be in the pen, like actually be in the pokey.
Yeah. But also, damn it, you made me lose train of thought. So you can be a felon. You cannot be able to own a gun, not be able to vote, but you can run for president.
That is correct.
Right.
Now, there are some seats in office that you can't have with a felony on your record.
Man, fuck those other seats then, because I'm going for the nuclear football.
Senate or governor or
no.
Is it somewhere in the Senate?
Senate, you can still, yes. House representative, yes. In fact, if I were president, the first thing I would do is nominate a meth junkie in the federal pen who is not in this country, not born of this. In fact, you know what? I would put El Chapo up as a Supreme Court justice nomination. You can do that. You want to know why? Because
even without a Jewish doctor,
you don't have to be a lawyer. You don't even have to know the law. You're right. You don't even have to be a U.S. citizen to be a Supreme Court justice.
That's mind-boggling to me.
Yeah, I could nominate El Chapo Guzman as a Supreme Court justice.
That is insane.
It is. It's in the Constitution. Read it. A lot of people don't read that bitch.
And that's the problem. Like, we should be making amendments all the time to safeguard from wacky shit or things that the founders did not
like this one.
Yes, like this one.
So say, for instance, we do get Trump on some criminal charges and he's locked up.
Yep.
And some white supremacist motherfucker listens to our show for some reason.
Right.
And gets this grand idea put together.
Oh, you know what? Let me tell you something. It's not going to take some white supremacists listening to our show for them to like come up with this idea.
Don't step on my jokes, my nigga. Don't step on my jokes. But we can end up with a president behind bars.
Yes.
Or a criminal behind bars running for president through his surrogates. And
in fact, if I had money, like if I was a billionaire, like a multi-billionaire, I would pursue this as a social experiment. I would actually have someone who's in the pokey, maybe not on death row, but at least in for life, run for president from prison. I know it would be burning money, but just to show the American people that the Constitution needs to be amended. Like it really needs to be fucking updated for the 21st fucking century, because we are living with outdated documents. I know we shit on Joe Rogan, but in his stand-up comedy, Strange Times, he did make a valid point when he said, if the founding fathers could come into the future and look at what we've done with the Constitution, they would be like, you haven't added much to it. Like, why would you do that? You know? And then he's like,
that's not,
you
not
must not
say.
desecrate the sacred scroll.
No. They come out and be like, you let these niggas free?
You probably would say some shit like that too. Yeah.
Oh man. You couldn't save that joke for the Chappelle episode, could you?
Oh man. But look, this
That's
Constitution is on some fuck shit.
That's the next episode, people.
This Constitution is on some fuck shit.
So,
I know, man. Constitution, you drunk. You need to go home.
I got something to add. So I was going to propose that we do a segment called If I Were President or If I Ruled the World.
Oh, man. That's just my jam.
And rewrite the laws and things that we would prefer and kind of discuss how to operate.
All right. So one of the first laws that I would propose is
not now. This is for future segments.
Oh,
let me put that in the war room.
We can do that like we do that shit like once a month. But we had a topic of discussion that we were going to get to after this early small talk.
Right. Right.
So let's stay on course, because one of the comments I've gotten about the show from one of our guests is that we need to be more structured.
Yeah, we do.
Okay. And so I'm going to put effort into becoming more structured. So back on topic now. You sent us an article. So we're going to start with the light one first. You sent us an article earlier about a woman who assumed her best friend's kid was actually her husband's, because the kid and her husband looked alike. And
that is correct.
Fill us in. Fill the audience in.
All right. So, long story short, there was a woman, doesn't matter where, in the United States, who thought that her husband and her best friend got it on Marvin Gaye style and produced an illegitimate child. Now, this friend, of this woman, never speaks about the daddy, never shows pictures of the baby daddy, right? Like keeps the whole baby daddy secret, which, if he was an asshole, I would understand, because there have been occasions in which I have, that shit. and so the older the kid got, the more and more the resemblance to her husband the kid started having, and so it started fucking with her head, because there was a time and a place that she concocted up in her head that actually happened, but she went QAnon with this whole shit and was like, the timelines match up, right? She hopped in the turnstile in her head and was like, this motherfucker cheated on me and produced an illegitimate child. Now, she couldn't leave well enough alone and be like, you know what, though? They ain't fucking no more. Fuck it. I don't give a shit. Let's just continue on with our lives. But because she has some obsessive compulsive disorder, which is all I can assume. I'm not a psychologist, so, I can't make a diagnosis, but, it fucked with her head. So she confronted her best friend, I don't know, like 10 years time, and her husband to get a paternity test, right? And she demanded to see the shit go down. She demanded to see the tests go down. And now she's in a situation where she's going to lose her best friend because, according to the Maury Povich, he is not the father. And he left. He fucking walked out, and now they're separated.
Hold on. It didn't stop. It didn't end just that quick. after they got the test and it was negative, she was paranoid because she didn't pick the testing facility.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So it's like maybe she knew somebody there that could flip the script for her, and I'm really not sure myself again.
Well, she went tinfoil.
Yeah, I told you she went QAnon with this shit, man.
But then, but okay. So I'm slightly on this chick side.
No, hold up. Let's finish this with. Hold up. She posted this on Reddit, and I feel like it was on the Reddit one. It was like, "Am I the asshole?"
Wow, that makes it even better. Fucking. So not only is Hey Jones wearing his tinfoil lined ski mask.
Yep.
But this bitch put it on. Am I the asshole too? I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I don't know. But it feels like it should belong there. Am I the asshole? So you're on her side. Awesome. You're on her side.
Okay. So let me preface this, right? I have family members who have popped up with kids they didn't know they had.
Right.
Yeah. Kids who were like 20 years old.
Holy fuck, man.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So and this particular relative is a man whore. So I understand. You know what I'm saying?
It sounds like my spirit animal.
I can understand that too. I probably have 12 out there I don't know about.
That kid is not his only love child, let's say.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So I know how that shit gets down. I know how cheaters cheat and things of that sort. So you're gonna believe your eyes. If she's looking at the kid and then looking at her man and looking at the kid and looking at her man, and they look alike and they keep looking alike, and other people assume that they're father, son, that's a lot of fucking motivation to want to know what's the truth. Now, The question is, do you force it to a DNA test part, opposed to just asking like, hey, y'all look a little bit too familiar. You knew her timeline. Tell me what's up.
Right.
Or it's like, hey, look, I need you to tell me about the real baby daddy, and then trust the friend or the husband word for it after that. The testing is kind of too far, because I'm like, if you want to do the test, I would just sneak and do the shit and find out myself and then leave it alone.
Right.
Like that's how I work. You know, I'm all about Mission Impossible. You know.
Look, I don't know. That entire time that Hey Jones was explaining all that stuff, I couldn't help but think of Chappelle's last special when he said, like, you know how black bitches are. You know, like, he just like he might see. You know,
that's what gets us canceled. That's what gets us canceled. Right there. Just the fact that Chino said black bitches. Right? No context, no nothing. Just he said black bitches on that podcast. Chino, canceled.
Do not.
I'm just saying what Dave Chappelle said.
Do not quote Dave Chappelle without censoring yourself for the safety of the show.
All right. My mistake.
No, fuck those snowflakes.
I'm just saying. There's that part where where he said that shit, and the entire time I'm thinking like, this chick got Maury Povich and said, "You are not the father," or "He's not the father," or whatever. Right. And that whole scene just played out in my head where he said, like, "Man, what the fuck you mean he's not the father? Like, look at these kids. Look at this kid." You know what I mean? So she's gonna go over there and just create a ruckus. You know what I mean?
Man.
So, because for me, everything, like the thought process, I understand how she came to those conclusions. Like that's a real easy thing to do.
Yeah.
Based on just that evidence alone, right?
Yeah.
Now, the way she went about it could have been better, because she could have just went and got a home test kit.
Yeah.
Babysat the kid, get his DNA.
Oh,
she can get her man.
Shady, I mean, that's some. You know what?
That is some Mission Impossible shit.
I don't even know what's cringier, like the fact that she confronted her fucking people or what you're suggesting, which is like some sneak shit, man. I don't know which one is cringy. Now I can't watch Mission Impossible because now Mission Impossible feels cringy to me.
He did say, man. he essentially said, light the fuse. That's what Hey Jones just said. You know, he wants some Mission Impossible shit.
But I'm just saying, you know there are ways of finding out the answer to a lot of those questions. You know, it's just like the chicks who want to know if their man is cheating or not, and they just put a little iPhone tile in their car and then see where the car goes.
I could picture how that goes down. Hey, baby, I got a cotton swab. You think you could rub this on the insides of your cheeks for me? I want you to do it yourself because you know boundaries.
No, man, look.
She just turned that shit into some sex play.
Yeah, look,
she don't care. Hold up, with the kid, because you're talking about babysitting the kid, and all of a sudden we went into the bedroom. How the fuck did you jump to that conclusion?
I thought you were talking about the husband when you were saying baby.
I was still talking about babysitting. God damn, man.
Look, people who are not parents of kids do not call kids baby.
I do. I call my girls baby all the time.
No, they're yours, nigga. I ain't never called them baby.
Good point. I stand corrected. Touche.
Look, she don't even have to go. She don't have to do that. She doesn't have to, you know, like, hey, baby, can you swab this in your cheek? No, she can just, you know, have him finish baking that pie and fucking just swaddle that in there, right?
You know,
there's your DNA test.
She could brush the kid's hair or like take a hair sample. That would do it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's like you could do, there's a multitude of these DNA tests. So you can get a hair pull from the follicle, from the husband and the kid. It would be real easy. Sex play with the husband, regular play with the kid. Boom, she has her knowledge. She sends it to the factory. The factory comes back with the answer. And then she knows personally whether or not she's wrong. And then she could just relax and love her husband better and, you know, give him some deep throat and some anal. As an apology that he doesn't even know that she's apologizing for.
But no, she had to go the Maury Povich way.
Yeah, because she's an idiot on that part. Because I'm like, subterfuge would have saved you. Because you would find out you could find out that it's not your kid and you could just be happy and blissful, or you can find out that it is his kid and you can say, "Fuck it, I'm gonna keep the secret because I'm not gonna ruin my marriage, but I'm going to destroy my friend."
Right. Now I'm gonna give my perspective. Chino.
Fuck your perspective.
Now Chino and I, right? You know, we've had, you know, our man horse times, right? Mm-hmm. And I don't know if Chino agrees with me on this point or not, but Chino and I have been on all three sides of the infidelity coin. Right? Like we've been cheated on, right? We've done the cheating and we've been the side dude, right?
Right.
So for me, in terms of relationships and shit like that, listen, closure is overrated. Okay.
Oh yeah. I'm all about ghosting. Clearly.
Yeah. Like closure's overrated. Like if you're thinking about hiring a private investigator to find out if your husband is cheating on you or not, listen, you're just get a divorce right then. Save your money on the private detective and pay a lawyer instead. All right. Just be like, baby, why are you, if he asks you like, baby, why are you divorcing me? I'm like, listen, irreconcilable differences, motherfucker. That's all I got to say. You don't need no more. Here's my lawyer's number. Contact him if you got any questions. That's it. Well, right? No, hold on. Now for the paternity test, right? You know, instead of confronting her friend and her husband about this shit, all she should have done is be like, you know what, baby, I don't think this relationship's working for me. I think we need a divorce, right? And if he asks like, hey, why are we getting divorced? All she has to say is like, my reasons are my own, and that's all I got to say. And then just walk the fuck away. Because look at what she did, right? At least in that situation, she could have at least kept the best friend, right? And it's like, you know, yeah, she could wait like a couple years and then she can make friends with her husband again, right? But shit, you know what? You'll always find the love of your life, you know, down the line, because that's just what happens. I speak from experience.
Why the fuck would she want to? Why the fuck would she want to keep the friend who cheated on her with her husband and produced a child and didn't tell her about it?
Because when her divorce gets finalized with her husband, right? The best friend would feel compelled to be like, listen, I've been keeping a deep dark secret from you. That kid is your husband's, or it'll never come out.
People run around here with consciences and shit.
They do, actually. You have no idea.
Only the dumb ones.
Listen,
only the dumb ones.
Bro, no. No, a guilty conscience is something that tortures people forever. And if you're like the coolest cat, trust me, people will tell you of shit that they've done that they feel like, this would ruin my friendship, but I gotta let you know, right? And if you're just a cool cat about it, they'll be like, hey, listen, it's all good, right? Because if you're a cool cat, like if you're cool in being, right, then people will tell you stuff. And as long as you stay cool about it, be cool about it, shit, ain't no thing. That's why I said closure's overrated, man.
No, but I'm saying I don't feel guilty about any of the bad shit I've done in my life.
Well, neither do I.
Okay, so which is my thing. You say that like people run around here with consciences and shit.
Well,
like,
that's because you and I are sociopaths.
I mean, you also must understand. People must understand that our buddy Homeboy here is what we call an optimistic nihilist. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's true.
So
that's true. No,
that's where it comes from.
I blame the ADHD for that, because my ADHD is such that it was like, you did what when? That was like, hold on, let me do the math real quick. 15 years ago? Shit, man. Why the hell would I give a fuck about that? If you'd have did that like maybe last week, I'd probably care, but shit,
Right.
That was like 15 years ago, my brother.
Shit, like a year's lifetime ago.
I know. Yeah, exactly. It's like ADHD's like that, man. Like, it's like, hey, listen, I want you to know that, well, there are some unforgivable sins, right?
Right.
But like, hey, when your mama died, yeah, well, I killed her. That's unforgivable. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one kills my mama. I'm turning you. Like, listen, can you come with me? We're going to the police station.
Right.
Yeah. Like,
right.
Because you're gonna do the right thing and turn yourself in.
Yeah.
I might feel bad about doing somebody harm that doesn't deserve the harm.
Right.
But it doesn't sit as guilt, like I need to confess some shit.
That's different though. That's different. Different.
For instance, like back in the day, in my class clown days,
right,
I literally ran a person out of the class.
Right.
Well, that definitely wasn't me, because I would have done that.
No, he was one of my other victims.
Okay.
So he slowly disappeared from class, and then when I used to sell candy, I ended up running past him at lunch, and I was like, "Dude, where the fuck
is that a euphemism? Is that a euphemism for the burger sugar or?"
No.
Okay, all right.
He actually showed. It was
all right.
actual
I just want to
real
make sure.
candy. No, it's real candy.
Right.
Real candy.
Yeah. They call you the Candy Man?
They did actually.
No,
they did. They did.
Okay, so I personally didn't realize how popular we were with the candy thing until we stopped selling it, and people start following us home and like, hey, y'all the guys with the candy, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, but are we that? No, like, and then I realized, like, after if I was paying close enough attention to our awareness and popularity, I could have just sat somewhere and set up shop and didn't have to walk around all day.
Yeah. In fact,
hold on. If
I may interject, the people in Hate Jones's candy cartel was Hate Jones and our previous guest, Dr. Manhattan. That's right. Both of them. Entrepreneurial spirits.
Dude, that just makes it so much better.
Pushing the illegal candy, having a candy cartel, undermining the system.
It wasn't a cartel. It was a franchise.
No. What do you mean?
No.
What, you had other motherfuckers selling candy for you?
Yes. They actually paid me to sell candy for me.
I mean,
well,
you can make the contention. You can make the contention that's cartel-like. Yeah.
No, that's a franchise.
No, it's not. No, you want to know why?
A cartel is a franchise.
I'm going to let me give evidence. Okay?
Semantics.
How does a franchise work, right? You pay them. Hold on. Let me finish, motherfucker.
Wait. No, you can't finish. Want to know why? Because we have to establish that a franchise is an actual legal entity, right? What you were doing was not legal within the confines of the rules and regulations of the school, right? Because that's one of the details you left out was the reason you stopped selling candy was because the school told you, hey, you can't do that shit unless you're doing it for a club. You can't profit.
The school didn't tell me that. A security guard told me that.
Hey, bro, hold on.
Law enforcement.
Hey, hold on.
In other words, law enforcement.
That nigga had a jacket, not a badge. Okay.
There was a star on that jacket.
Homeboy, hold on. Where did you get your Jewish doctor, and was your specialization contracts in business law?
Who, me? No. The criminals, the criminals are always the ones that know the law better than the lawyers and the judges because they need to know how much time they're going to be doing in the bookie.
Say no more. Say no more.
But a cartel is nothing but a franchise. The only difference between a franchise and a cartel is the legal structure. Right? A cartel works outside the confines of regulations and legal structures, and a franchise does work within the confines of legal structures.
Our product was FDA approved. Okay.
Well, I mean, so is fentanyl.
Stupid.
My stuff was bought by a reputable distributor.
That's what the cartels say too. That's what the cartels say too.
Smart and final.
Oh my god.
You had a candy cartel in high school. Just embrace it. Embrace it.
We didn't even have muscle. We didn't even have muscle, even though we should have.
No. Oh wait, you needed why? Were the clubs that were also selling candy trying to
No,
I mean just
take over candy territory at the school? Like
we were
we got the cafeteria.
Right, we got the cafeteria, and exactly. You can't be underneath these stairs selling your candy.
We were pulling in somewhere between $75 to $150 a day,
bruh. Dude,
that's good money, man. In high school, that's good money. Yeah,
it's impressive.
And nigga, no, but I'm saying too many people knew we had the money.
Oh,
so like, you know what I'm saying? So one, we're selling it, and like we got super popular for doing it. So like, these are all cash transactions. We sold out of everything that we would bring to school every day, plus the reserves, and then we would count up our money in our 6th period class. So there's like 30 motherfuckers looking. Luckily, like wasn't no thuggy niggas in the class.
Yeah.
But I'm like, word was getting around. Like that's how we end up franchising. One of our classmates, who was a little bit more popular, Jeff.
Franchising, yeah, that's what's called. We got pushers.
No. I mean, he came to me and he was like,
yeah, exactly. That's what drug pushers do. Like, hey, you making that Skrilla? How can I get in on this shit? I remember Jeffrey.
Yeah, he's like, what do I have to do to get down with y'all? And I was like, well, you're gonna have to, like, we put up money to start this, so you're gonna have to put up some money.
Yep.
And then you're gonna sell some candy.
Yep.
And you're only gonna split what you sell with us plus the cost of inventory.
Right.
Like a pusher.
Sounds like a cartel to me.
For
all cash transactions sounds like a cartel to me.
Well, that's because we didn't have any mobile card readers, and none of us had bank cards back then. It wasn't
Dude, can you imagine that candy cartel with Square and like the fucking tap cards and shit in
I'd be living on the
Cash.
top of a hill in Palos Verdes right now.
Right.
By the way,
you'd be like Al Pacino. Today you get the candy. Tomorrow you get the women.
Bro. I just want to say that we are clipping that and putting that as a standalone YouTube video. That whole thing. So is fentanyl. That shit's fucking hilarious. I'm just saying. I was like, wow, like my high ass over here. Like, man, I could have come. Look, I could have came up with a comeback like that if it wasn't so baked. I'm just saying.
It seems like being baked is keeping you from doing so much.
No. You'd be surprised how much I've been able to do because I'm baked.
That's true. Yeah, it's it's the ADHD, man.
It's
like
the ADHD,
the weed or alcohol. They tend to focus the mind. They focus the mind.
I wouldn't be able to write and re-engage and pretty much relearn Adobe, Photoshop, and Illustrator without the ganja. Seriously, like it really does focus my creative energies. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a pothead.
How do we go down this candy tangent again?
I have no idea, but I'm glad we did.
Well, I mean, I believe we were talking about the lady with the kid, and closure's overrated, and I don't know how we made this leap.
Oh yeah, I was saying my thing with closure is like I just ghost motherfuckers, and I do.
Oh, that's right, because we were talking about guilt and shit, and you say you didn't feel guilty or anything like that, and then you brought up your candy cartel story.
Yeah.
Talk about guilt.
Oh, you know what? It started because you talked about how you ran someone out of a room in high school, and then then you started talking about your candy cartel.
Let me finish that part. Okay. So I ran into him, and I was like, "Where you been, bro? I haven't seen you in class in I don't know how long." He's like, "Well, I wasn't getting good grades, and y'all were teasing me and calling me retarded. So I dropped all my AP courses and I went to regular classes." And I was like, "Dude, I was fucking with you. I didn't mean to run you out of fucking class." But, I felt bad because I hurt him unintentionally. But outside of that, I really don't give a shit.
Right.
Like that wouldn't be enough for me to like confess to some shit,
Right.
So, I'm very selective. I guess I have selective guilt, you can call it. Why is that moving? My camera's not even on. Oh,
yeah, I have.
How did my camera pop on?
Yeah. No, everybody has selective guilt. Trust me. Human beings are not capable of how can I put it, living with themselves unless they find some way to justify their deeds to themselves, right?
I don't know if out of all the shit I've done wrong to people, I don't think I've confessed to anybody.
Right. Probably because the need to confess probably never ever really presented itself, and it was not like an overwhelming feeling to have to confess. I mean, I know you really, really well, but I mean, I can't psychoanalyze you. You mean you do you, and that's all it is. All
yes, you can. I psychoanalyze you all the time.
Oh man. Yeah. Have you had any luck with that?
You're a rabbit hole, my friend. You're a rabbit hole.
I am. I mean, I don't even know.
The only thing I'm getting good at is calculating how long it'll take for you to come back and tell me I was right.
That's because I keep taking your advice.
No, because you don't.
I have. I just don't tell you.
No, is that what it is?
I mean, it was under your advice that we're like 3 fucking cartoons doing this fucking thing.
I told Dr. Manhattan about that.
About what?
About what now?
About the cartoon. I was like, he generally doesn't listen to me, but we got these fucking cartoons up though. Even though that wasn't my intent. My intent was to actually do regular video, but I was like, no, he can't do it the way I said it. It has to be different.
That's just Homeboy for you.
Hey, but we're getting it done, right? We're getting it done.
So my analysis is close to accurate.
All right. So all right. So Chino's gonna leave for a slight minute. He's gotta move location. He's gotta locate his lifestyle.
You dialing out and dialing back in?
Yeah, he can dial out and dial back in. He's just gotta move his turnstile to a different location.
Okay.
Yes.
So we're clear that the chick was nuts, but yet not nutty enough.
I think yes, the chick is nuts and she gets what she deserves.
I would say if she was nutty enough, she would have just did the sneak attack, found out the truth, and then went on about her life.
Yes. If she was, she was definitely on the edge of, she's fucking lost it. Cause look, you spent years with that fucking haunting you, right? Like, cause it was years. It was years.
Oh, that part I didn't pick up. I just thought it was like, like I knew it was a couple of years, but I didn't know it was like bugging her for years.
Oh, even if it's bugging you for just a couple of years, I guess because I have ADHD, maybe, like a year is way too long for something like that to nag at me. I would be like instantly like, because that's just what I do, right? They're like, hey, have you ever noticed how much that kid looks like you? Right?
Yeah.
Because I have no filter either, right? So it's like, hey, that kid kind of looks like you, right? You guys are in a joking way, like that kid ain't related to you, is he? But that's because I have no tact either, and sooner or later, with body language, you'd be able to tell, right? Like, how awkward are they looking? Like they'll, like, people, whenever you point some shit out like that, right? Like, a guilty party will have like a nervous laughter kind of a vibe, right?
If you pay attention long enough, you'll see the tells and be able to make
just because you're just throwing jokes out there. That kind of it does present people with the opportunity to confess without confessing, kind of a thing. But I
also agree with the husband. Like, if it went that far, to like, if you don't trust me, I'm not gonna be here.
Well, yeah. Look, I learned that shit in my first marriage, right? And that is once the trust is gone, right? It's like the relationship is over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why I say that closure is overrated, right? Like, if you really feel like you have to hire a private investigator to follow your significant other, then just pay for the divorce lawyer.
No, but what they want is to be proven wrong.
No, they don't. They want to be proven right. That's what they want. They want to be proven right. Right? They want to be right. That's why I said closure is overrated, because it's not, they don't want to be wrong, because they're going to feel embarrassed if they're wrong. No one likes being embarrassed. What they want to be right, but they want to be so right that it is indisputable, right? That's why I'm saying closure is overrated. You want to be indisputably right. The reason why someone hires a private investigator to prove the infidelity of a significant other is because their priority is not the relationship at that point. Their priority is now just being right. That's like an argument that you have with someone on Facebook that goes off the rails, right? And both of you at some point are just arguing to be right rather than actually making legitimate arguments, right? It's the same thing with hiring a private investigator to investigate your significant other of any kind of infidelity or whatever, right?
I think it also sits on the side of like, I don't want to let go of this relationship not knowing if I'm doing it on the right pretenses, right?
Well, yes, yes, that is correct.
You love your mate. You think something fishy's going on. You don't know if it's just your insecurities fucking with you, or if there's actually something there.
Right.
So at a certain point, you want to know the truth so you can act accordingly, you know.
Well, I would not use the word. I'm going to play the part of Robert Mueller here and say I would not agree with that assessment.
Okay,
it's not about reacting accordingly.
Let me give you an example, right? I don't. My girl's been acting fishy. This is not true, but
right.
She's acting fishy.
It's pretend. We're playing pretend.
She's staying at work longer. XYZ. I think she might be. Maybe it's cheating. Maybe I'm paranoid and I jumped to cheating opposed to it being something else, right?
Right.
So what I wanted, and I'm contemplating, like, if she's cheating, I need to leave, or I want to leave. But
right.
If she's not cheating and I'm on some bullshit, I don't want to leave. So I hire somebody to follow her to see if they find anything.
Yeah.
So that I can stay in the relationship comfortably and happily.
Right.
Opposed to finding out the truth and using that as a form of closure.
Right.
Yeah, because I'm not one for closure. Like, all you need to do is say, I'm out. And I'm not going to question why you're out.
Same here.
I was like, okay,
same here.
That's how it is. Let me pack my shit.
Or you pack your shit. This is my house.
Yeah. Either or, you know.
Either or.
You know, I mean, like, even on dates, like I wasn't notorious because I didn't have that many dates online. But I just flaked off chicks the same way they flake off of you. You know? So like you could start talking to chicks online on the dating apps, and then when they just get bored with you, they just quit responding. You know? So I'm like, oh, I took you out for one good date and you weren't my cup of tea. I don't need to tell you that shit. The fact that I'm not calling you should tell you that I don't like you.
Right.
Right. Because to call me back or to have that conversation would only lead to, well, why? And I'm like, I don't want you to change yourself. I'm just, because I'm not, if you told me you didn't like me, I'm not going to change myself.
Right.
Yeah. One chick asked me one time, she's like, how tall are you? And I told her.
Well, hold up.
How big?
Wait. We are now we're on a divergent tangent that has absolutely nothing to do with relationships. See, because ghosting somebody on a first date is way, way different than ghosting somebody that you've known for, a couple of fucking years. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Somebody that I've known, I would probably give them a reason. If I fucked you, I'd give you a reason.
Okay, look, so that's the reason why if that's the whole thing with the whole, I have my reasons and my reasons are my own, right? Like you're not under any obligation to give anybody any kind of a reason for why you need to go, right? People want closure. And as a matter of fact, you know what? When you give people closure, that's still not even enough. I got to tell you that, right? Because they'll still be like bugging because people take shit personally and they can't help it. That's what human beings do, right? Especially if you've known each other for like a really long ass time, right? Now, I'm not trying to sound like a fucking sociopath or anything. I'm just being pragmatic is all it is. It's a matter of pragmatism that it's a skill that I've slowly cultivated over decades and many relationships that I personally fucked up or done something to fuck up, right? And I'm telling you that closure is overrated, right? Because in the end, if you really suspect that someone is cheating on you, whether or not they are, you yourself in your own mind have you've breached the wall of trust, right? Because if you suspected of someone cheating on you, like the scenario you gave me, right? Like your chick's staying at work a little longer and she's acting fishy, right? It's like, look, you either explain it away in your head as she's acting fishy because she's under stress and she doesn't want to burden you with her stress, or she's cheating on me. If your initial thought is she's cheating on me, then you don't trust her nearly as much as you thought you did. And that really does have, as you said, your insecurities are fucking with you, right? And if you have those kinds of insecurities where they're fucking with you, then you need to work on those insecurities, because they're creeping in and fucking up your relationship. And it really is a matter of confidence. Like, how secure are you in yourself that, if this person really was cheating on you, right? Can you say to yourself, like, hey, you know what? If you're happier with the other person, go explore it, be free, but I'm not going to be here. Go ahead and do what you got to do. You're just going to have to do it without me, and not be hurt by saying that. Maybe be a little hurt, because you're human, right? But just let yourself know, like, hey, listen, this person, I love this person, and they're clearly much happier, with this other person than they are with me. Then, there's 8 billion people on this planet. Half of them are women. Like, the odds are in my fucking favor. Why am I going to get hung up on just one fucking person? Like, go explore, be you, do you, don't expect me to just hang around though. I'm going to go and be a fuckboy or ride the fuckboy train, It's just don't take it personal. That's all it is. You know what I mean? It's just how you just have to have that level of confidence, right? Like, and I get it. A lot of people, right? We're all afraid of being alone. We're all afraid of being lonely. I don't understand why. Being alone is kind of a blessing sometimes, but
yeah,
it
is.
But yeah,
somebody once told me back in the day that I don't need to notify you that I'm no longer talking to you.
What I'm saying? Well,
and that made sense. It's just like, if I'm not talking to you, I just stop. And so when people stop responding to you,
yeah,
they don't want to talk to you. And you don't need to really know why. Just understand that you should just probably not waste your time trying to talk to them.
Yeah, yeah.
Because like basically there was a meme that a friend of mine actually liked, and I think she shared it with me about the harm in ghosting and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I was like, why are you expecting somebody who doesn't care about you to care about your fucking feelings?
Yeah,
like it doesn't make any sense.
That's true. No,
you have all these memes like, if you know you're not ready for a relationship, don't bother her. It's like, no, it's her job to not let me bother her. I'm a snake.
Right.
I'm out for what I want, not for what you want.
Well,
so like, and I'm saying this as an unscrupulous person.
Well, yeah,
right?
yeah. No.
You know what I'm
saying? I see your perspective, right? Like, I see the snake perspective.
You're telling the snake not to bite you, opposed to just avoiding the snake and knowing how to recognize it.
Right.
It's your job to guard yourself and your peace,
yes.
not the perpetrator. So
I would not say that it's. I would not characterize it as it's not your job to keep your peace. Well, I wouldn't call it a job, right?
It's your responsibility.
Well, no, I wouldn't even use your responsibility, right? Because what is it? You shouldn't have to make. I'll agree in as much as, like, it's your responsibility, but more so, it's not someone else's responsibility, right? Like, you're trying to burden someone else with your responsibility of your own feelings, right?
Yeah.
And I get that. Yeah, that's true. Like, I could agree, half and half, right? Like, yes, it's your responsibility, but also you shouldn't burden someone else with your responsibility. I think you take more ownership, right, of your feelings if you tell yourself, like, you know what, this person ghosted me. I shouldn't burden them with the responsibility of telling me, why the fuck did you ghost me? You know what? Fuck you. Ghost me. You're the one who's missing the fuck out. I'm going to move on, right? But again, people take shit like that way too personally. And that's one of the things that I've learned in life, not even just from relationships, just from like, I mean, I guess romantic relationships, but from relationships in general, and from just interacting with people that, you know, I know closely, and people that I, you know, just met, is like, don't take anything, nothing personal, because there's a 99% chance that it's not about you, right? There's that 1% that it is, right? But most of the time, it really has nothing to do with you, you know? And I mean, I don't know if that sounds narcissistic, but
no,
you know,
but even if it is, it's just like, I'm not in the, you know, business of changing myself for other people, and neither should anybody else.
I mean,
you know,
I'm about growth and change, but for other people only. I mean, that's when it gets a little complicated, because, you know, we live in a society, and
I mean, but I'm saying you make yourself better for the people that you love, or you know, so for instance, you have children, right?
Yeah. Yes.
And you want to make a massive amount of money so you can spend a massive amount of time with your children and support them and give them a good life.
That's
correct?
Right. That's why Chino and Homeboy have opened up a merch store at chinoandhomeboy.myshopify.com. Get your Chino and Homeboy merch there.
Exactly. So that would be a positive growth for others, right?
Yes.
But I'm not gonna keep my hair cut, shave my face regularly, and wear office clothes 24/7 to appease my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Or my wife. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, you're right. You know, I mean, you're right in as much as like
there's certain things that are reasonable, and then things that like you should never do. If for instance, right, I went on this date, we're gonna call this chick Chocolate Drop, right?
Okay.
I talked to her for a week.
By the way, that's a very sexy nickname, so it was. You better be grateful. She better be grateful for that.
So I saw her pictures online. She looked cute.
Right.
Cute face. Little thick, but she seemed short in the pictures. Right. Yeah. We talked for about a week or so, and then we went out to brunch for a date.
Yeah.
She got there before me, or around the same time. I was walking down the street, and I walked up behind her, and I was like, "Oh fuck! Please tell me that's not her," because her shoulders were broader than mine. She was damn near my height.
God damn.
And I generally wouldn't.
Oh.
Wait.
Did I meet her?
No, you did not.
Okay. All right.
I only met her this one time.
Okay.
No, we're not talking about Thirsty.
Okay.
We're not talking about Thirsty.
All right. Okay.
Thirsty had accoutrements that I like.
Right.
This one had nothing but a cute face.
Okay.
She was shaped like a Twitter egg.
Oh, what? Oh, I'm sorry. I like a Twitter what? A Twitter egg. Oh, okay.
Yeah, all like right. Literally. That was her body.
I mean, I want to feel bad for her, but I can't say I feel bad, because, you know, that would sound like I'm fucking shaming her. And Continue.
It's only bad because I didn't find it attractive, and she didn't put that forth. Like, I felt like she used old pictures and pictures at an angle and all this other shit. So like it really hid her true nature. You know, like my pictures were current. Like within a year, I have head to toe pictures so you can see how tall I am and how wide I am. You know what I'm saying? So there's no manipulation of anything. Right. But I'm like, you know, I'm not a dick, so I'm not gonna like sneak away from her. But she was like, we were on the phone as I'm walking up behind her, and I can hear her apprehension on me not showing up in her voice.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Or if I would sneak a peek first and then just back out of it. You know? So I'm like, I'm sure she's been ran through the rung a couple of times. And so, you know, I went on a date, and, you know, we ate. I did most of the talking. She was a dick to the wait staff, and she works.
Oh no, that's already a red flag right there.
Yeah. So like, beyond just not looking the way that I find attractive, I was like, you don't have any conversation. And I realized when I look back, I was like, when we had our phone conversations, it was basically me doing all the verbal entertaining, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Look,
at the risk,
like
at the risk,
liking to hearing your own voice, you know?
Right. Like at the risk of getting canceled for fat shaming, right? Listen, if you're a Humpty Dumpty chick, right? Like, I mean, I was gonna say Humpty Dumpty bitch, right? No, if you're a Humpty Dumpty chick, don't be a fucking cunt, okay? You gotta be fucking fun. All right. Because look, let me tell you, there are some Humpty Dumpty chicks and some, you know, chicks that are like what do they call it? Big and beautiful, or a few extra pounds, right? That you're like, I don't know if I find you attractive, but god damn it, do they have some personalities, right? That you're like, you know what? I don't give a fly fuck what you look like. You look like you're gonna be a sack of fucking fun, god damn it. Let's do this.
Some ladies have a massive amounts of personality that overshadows other things, to at least like, hey, we can meet up and have a good time. But I'm not, you know, I'm not super critical on the physical spectrum as much. I need a face that I can look at and like, you know. And then the body stuff, I'm flexible because I like a bunch of different shit. But the Twitter egg shit is not one of them.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you don't have boobs, your butt is big, but it ain't shaped. And, you know, just like, they're like, without your face, I could confuse you with an overweight man. So
well, come on. Yeah, that's the wrong kind of triple threat.
You know, and then like, it was just like
you just not physically attractive, and then you happen to be a fucking cunt. Nah, come on now, don't do that.
and it wasn't like she was like an extra rude, but she was like snooty rude, and it was just like, she asked for like an over easy egg, and whatever egg she got, she's like, this egg isn't cooked right. She's like, you order over easy, right? She's like, yeah, that's so. She's like, no, it's not. No, it's not. I work in this industry. This is not over easy egg.
That's even worse. That's even worse when they say I work in this industry, and they're like rude to people who work in their industry. Like, that's even worse, man.
And so you know, took the thing back, and brought her another one, and then we ate. And I eat like, you know, like a starving man. So I was finished first. And so I'm talking while she's finishing. And then it got to a point where it's like, okay, all the food is done. Our alcoholic beverages are completed. My mouth is getting dry. I don't have anything else I can talk to you about. So I just shut up to see if she would talk. She really didn't bring up anything. And then they came, was like, oh, do y'all want coffee or tea? And I was about to say, nah, I have to check. He's like, oh, I'll have tea. I'm like, why are you trying to prolong this, bitch? I got other shit I can do.
Right.
So she finished.
She want that D. She want that D, son.
D wasn't happy, bro. D wasn't happy at all.
They're like, how big is you? Well, right now about 2 inches, because you know you just it's trying to crawl in, trying to avoid your ass.
D was totally disinterested,
right?
And then you know, so I walked her to her car, gave her a hug. You know, she's like, call me. I was like, she's like, what else you doing today? Because it was early, you know. So I usually
I mean, you said it egg over easy. I figured this is brunch.
Yeah. So I do brunch because if it pops off and we're having a good time, there's space in a day to go do something else if we want to prolong the event. This one was not that case. And then I walked to my car, and as soon as I get in my car, Thirsty calls me, who I hadn't heard from, because she kind of goes, we had an argument over the phone. We hadn't even met yet.
Yeah.
And then I didn't hear from her again. So I was like, oh, she's gone. So I assumed she ghosted me and just moved on and kept doing my thing.
Right.
And then Chocolate Drop called me back, or text me. She's like, "Oh, I had a really good time. Hopefully I see you again. Give me a call when you get home so I know you made it safe." And when I left, I went to go see my mom.
Yeah.
And so my mom lives further away because Chocolate Drop actually lived close to me, and my mother lived further away from the both of us, especially from where we were. Right. So like halfway to my mom's house, she's texting me again.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it just kept going. And then I was like, oh. And I didn't want to tell her, because like if I say, oh, this didn't work out for me, she'll ask me why, and then I'll have to tell her about herself. And I could just make somebody feel better.
Closure overrated.
Yeah. I was like, I don't want to tell you that you kind of catfished me a little bit. You didn't have personality, and right. I don't find you attractive.
Right.
Hold on. Those things can hurt a person who are all those things and are aware of them, but don't like to hear them.
Right. Yeah. Hold up, Chino.
Yeah. So I just want to know, because I'm walking into this conversation. Is Hey Jones having problems with the stable of hoes?
No. This is
if I had a stable, it would never be a problem.
Yeah. And if Hey Jones had a stable, I don't think he'd actually talk about it.
No, I understand. It's just what it sounded like.
But long story short, Hey Jones went on a date with this girl he calls Chocolate Drop, which I initially thought was a very sexy name, but now is like the unsexiest name you could ever call somebody. Because he said she's shaped like a Twitter egg, but at this point it's a Cadbury egg instead.
Right.
So she was a Cadbury egg, not a Twitter egg.
So her dress size is 0 because she's shaped like a 0.
Yes.
Right.
Gotcha. Very oblong 0. And he feels catfished because her photos on the dating app that he was using were like at an angle, which by the way, gentlemen, look, ladies, any photos you take of yourself that are like angled, we're automatically now gonna be like next.
She's got them MySpace angles apiece.
That's right. MySpace angles apiece. But continue. Yep. Chocolate Drop.
I wasn't that savvy at the time about the angles, but there was a photo of her at an Indian wedding.
Right.
Where she had something like one of the saris or whatever they were that was like kind of wrapped tight or whatever, and I'm like, oh, okay, she got little hips and da da da. I was like,
was she Hindu?
No, she was a black woman, but she was at an Indian wedding. And so like from that picture, I'm like, I can see her face. Face is cute, no problem. The body from that picture I saw, I was like, okay, boom. But once I saw her, I was like, that's an old ass picture. Because clearly you probably doubled in size since then.
Right.
Nor from the photos did I get a reference of how tall she was. And I don't have a problem with tall. Because I'm a tall person, so I don't discriminate against my own kind.
Right. Now, let's wrap it up, B.
Yeah. So I mean, she called me. She blew up my phone for about a week.
Yeah.
Before she quit calling.
Yeah. Okay. Damn. Yeah, he wrapped that up quick.
I mean, you did tell him to wrap it up, B.
Oh no,
wrap it up, B. Wrap it up.
Wrap it up, B. I mean, I wish I had that. That's actually a really good sketch. But
so that ends the closure segment of the show.
Right. The whole, if you suspect your husband of being another chick's baby daddy, listen, don't go and do what this woman did. Just go ahead, get the divorce lawyer.
Get the test like I would do.
No, I say get the divorce lawyer because the trust is already gone at that point. And then you're gonna, look, think about the type of person, right, that lives with this kind of shit in her head for fucking years. Like, is this motherfucker? If this kid, this motherfucker's kid for fucking years, okay? That kind of a person, right? And that even after the paternity test was like, nah, I don't even trust the paternity test because I'm not the one who got to choose. Are you telling me?
Bust this.
Are you hold up. Are you telling me that this motherfucker, this type of fucking person, this bitch, right? She's not gonna live right, even if she's already not living right. Like, oh, did I fuck up my marriage? Bitch, yes, you did. And it was your goddamn fault. Just live with that shit at this point. Go get the divorce lawyer, because that's what you should have fucking paid for anyway.
No. Now, here's a deeper plot. What if the similarities between the husband and the kid were so strong because home chick fucked his daddy?
What, in the Pornhub?
No, I'm just saying. It's not the wife, right? She's a friend.
Right.
I feel you.
Right?
I feel you.
So say they had a family event, things get a little tipsy, or dad ran into her at a bar or some shit like that, and she smashed out with homeboy's pops and then ends up pregnant. And
I mean, it could happen. I'm not saying you can't.
You know what I'm saying? That could interfere with their marital life because they brought the interloper.
That shit happens in Pornhub all the time. So
well,
I mean,
hold up. Not even on Pornhub. Hold up.
Maybe she smashed his brother.
No, hey, look, there was that one dude, right? That one chick who lets her husband smash her mom and her sister.
Yeah, I followed them bitches at in TikTok.
Dude, that right there, that's a sex medal right there. That's a sex medal. That is a whole new sex medal that I got to create now.
I'll help you.
Yeah, that is a whole new sex medal. Having your wife let you smash your mom and your sister to keep the peace. Like that dude is living the life, man. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. I'll say.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to call that medal.
Well,
generations.
Right.
What the poly incest medal?
Huh?
I mean, there's that too.
Poly incest.
Yeah, poly incest medal.
Well, I mean, I don't know how incest it is since he's the outsider. You know, like incest would be
they are using him as a conduit to have sex with each other.
Look, bruh. Look. Was it Hamlet? Was it Hamlet? Yeah, I think it was Hamlet. Who?
Why are we talking about pork sandwiches?
I don't know. Why are we? Like you guys,
you brought it up.
You guys are having the conversation, and you just jumped in.
You just said Hamlet. I'm like, what's the sandwich?
Oh.
It's because we. It's because we cut. What was it? The what porn? Like that chick with no legs who had the donkey butt.
Right.
What do we call her? A cutlet?
The cutlet, yes.
Nugget porn, Hamlet, cutlet. Yeah, I
cutlet,
see the association. I see the association.
Yeah. Freud was right. Anyway, the whole Hamlet thing, I do distinctly remember some sort of commentary saying that, the fact that, what was it, her uncle killed her, I don't know, her dad or some shit, and is now like sleeping with his mom. That's a bit incestuous. And so
I feel like Shakespeare ripped off the Oedipus complex for that story now.
Oedipus Rex. Rex.
Yeah.
And Jocasta.
I can only imagine the kind of grades I would have gotten if I had just said, hey, Hamlet is just a Shakespearean version of Oedipus Rex.
Yeah, pretty much. And the riddle of the Sphinx.
Oh, that's now right. Here, since we're on inappropriate sex and bullshit of adults. So I saw a story today where a godfather.
Wayne Brady?
No. Not yet. So this guy married he's 50 something. He marries a 19-year-old. His 19-year-old goddaughter.
Yeah, like he waited
until
she was of age. Yeah.
And then the mom put out a video and basically said back in the day she used to fuck this nigga for cell phone money or some shit, like $150 because she needs some extra cash.
Right.
So not only did he smash the mom, he also groomed the daughter.
Right.
God damn, son.
And I think he has a couple of kids with the daughter.
Right.
On top of that. So he was probably sampling that beforehand, which probably at some point would be criminal depending on that state's laws of age.
Yeah, that right there is not a sex medal. Not at all.
No.
That is not an accomplishment. No. That's a huge negative.
I want. Okay, I'm gonna pull up a video.
In military terms, that is unfucking sat.
Okay,
I'm gonna say that pattern is full.
Yes.
I'm gonna save the next one. I'll send it to you guys later, and if you like it and find it entertaining, we can talk about it on our next battle.
All right.
Right. Let's move on. Let's move on to illegitimate children, right? Like, let's say, for example, this dude was the baby daddy of this child, right?
Yeah.
You know, like, let's say that was it, right? And let's say that he was like, you know, a billionaire, right? And you know, this chick decided to be a cunt bitch about it and say like, hey, now I'm gonna, you know, take you for everything that you are, and you know, take my kids on vacations in the Maldives and the Fiji
Islands.
Like
that one who got pregnant by the fucking NBA player, divorced him, and now he's paying $230,000 a month.
How much a month?
Over 200K.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. Like, it doesn't cost that much to fucking raise a kid.
It's fucking nuts, bro. It's
like,
nuts. He got divorced.
It's weird because like when you don't have money, it's like, oh, you need to support your kid because your kid needs the basics, right? So you need to give all you can to make sure that they have the basics. And then when you have an overload of money, well, you should give them everything that they would get if they lived with you. And I was like, that doesn't guarantee that I was going to do shit but give them clothes and food. Right. Just because I'm rich doesn't mean I'm going to actually dote on you or anything, you know? So I feel, and I found out that the rules of finances change from state to state. So they determine like what you owe or whatever. And so like I find out like what Rick Ross is doing some shit, and he's paying only a couple of grand a month, but it's still enough for the chick who has his kid to not work.
Right.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
So
which I'm like, you shouldn't be making a living off of your kids.
You want to talk about welfare queens? Those are the real welfare queens right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me tell you something. Here, look, I pay child support, right? Like I got 3 kids with two different babies' mamas, right? Now, I'm not a rich man.
They're not baby mamas, they're ex-wives. If they were just people you dated and got pregnant, they would be baby mamas.
Whatever.
You're a step above the average. You're a step above the average.
Semantics.
Don't lump yourself in with the baby mama, baby daddy people. Okay? You were married, my friend.
You did it the right way. Hayes Jones is just looking out for you and your reputation.
Yeah.
That's it. He has your best interest at heart, homeboy. You must recognize that.
These are not baby daddy, baby mama connotes that your kids were illegitimate, and they were not.
Hold up. These are simply semantics. Okay. All right.
How you gonna shit on Hate Jones's heart like that?
Because he hates. He understands hate. Listen, I got my ex-wives pregnant before we were married, not after. I mean, I think
it only matters when the kid came out.
Look, you talking about semantics? That's semantics right there, homeboy shit.
Yeah, no, look, listen. Oh, what is it? Hold up. Man, damn. Now I'm trying to figure out how many illegitimate children I got. Anyway, look, I pay child support. That's all I gotta say. All right. That shit takes 20% out of my paycheck. That's a lot of money when you realize that they take 20% Uncle Sam takes his fucking 25%, and then you got to pay for health care and a 401k and dental, right? Like you're left with just like you're left with 40% of a paycheck after you pay out all of that shit, right? Mm-hmm. Now, I've made a stand-up joke about this, right? And I found out that it takes $250,000 to raise a kid from the age of 0 to 18, right? There should be a fucking cap, right?
Yes.
You know, like maybe 300,000 now because of inflation, right? Because when I did this research, it was a few years ago, and now, you know, container ships are floating off the coast of LA and pandemic and all of that shit. So it's probably 300,000 by now, right? But still, there should be a fucking cap, right? Just like there's like a bare minimum, which is, you know, garnish my paycheck for 20%. There should be a fucking cap for like, hey, listen, I should not have to pay more than 300,000 for this kid. Now, granted, there are exceptions. They're like, hey, you know, my kid that was born has Down syndrome, so on top of the 300K, I should pay for the medical expenses to make sure that this kid is taken care of, right? Or, you know, pay for their education. I get that, right? You know, like, oh, I got to pay for college. Cool, no problem. I'm down for that. Okay. But this whole thing where it's like, oh, you got to pay for their lifestyle that they are accustomed to when they're living with you. I'm like, motherfucker, if I was a billionaire, I would live out of a goddamn camper. All right. Let's see them adjust my living expenses for that shit. Okay. Like,
that. I live on a ranch.
Yeah.
In a tent. Yeah, I own the land, but there's no luxuries on here. I sit in a hole.
Exactly.
I got an outhouse.
Exactly. Yeah, my kids get they bring their tents. They bring their tents with them when they're with me.
Yeah,
I give them an AR-15 so they can shoot wild hogs with me.
I think
they all got to stand watch. All the young ones use cruiser weapons. I can't trust them with a rifle, so they got to use a M50 on the mount.
Yeah. But there definitely should be some form of cap on this shit. You know, it's like, for instance, like, you know, your money's supposed to go to the kid's well-being. But if the other person decides that they want to be the custodial parent, then they're going to have to take on more responsibility because of it. So if you got one kid and the baby mama lives in an apartment, then you're responsible for half of that kid's expenses.
Yes.
So if that kid
hey, look, I'll pay. Like if I'm a rich motherfucker, like an NBA player, and their mama lives.
No, just say you got money. You just have some enough money to pay for whatever. It shouldn't be like a flat. It shouldn't be determined by what you earn. It should be determined by what the kid basic needs are. Like, how much food does this motherfucker have to eat a month? I pay for half of that. How much heating and gas and water does he pay? Use up? I pay half of that, or as much as I can to get to that point. But all the others, and then, you know, if you have to or you can, you put them on your health care and shit like that. But then that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the limit for me. Would be based on that kid's basic expenses.
Let's do the math,
food,
right?
Clothing,
let's do the math.
Shelter.
Let's do the math, right? So, you know, $300,000 for 0 to 18, right? That is how much it costs to raise a kid. I mean, that's diapers, food, right? Living expenses and shit, right? All right, 300,000, 0 to 18, right? That's 18 years of life, right? Let's divide that by 300,000 by 18, right?
Just give us the answer, nigga.
No. So every year, you're on the hook for $16,666, right? Divide that by 12. Every month, you are on the hook for $1,388. Divide that by 4 weeks. Divide that by 4 weeks. You are on the hook for $347.22 a week. A week. Okay, that's a week. That's if you can afford that.
And that's hella reasonable.
Yes.
Like $1,000 a month is not a come up. And that's definitely enough. That's definitely enough money to feed and clothe a motherfucker that doesn't have a job.
$347 a week is more than enough money to feed and clothe a kid. Okay, more than enough, because there are people out there. There are people out there feeding and clothing their kids for less than that.
Yeah, look, man, look, 300 a week is my grocery bill for 3 adults. Right? So that should be more than enough for a fucking kid.
Yeah. Yeah. Me, I have 3 kids, so I'm close to $1 million, and I feel like maybe I should have one more just so it's like an even million.
You know, I would throw in another rule. I would throw in another rule in there, is if the mom is poor and that's why she needs to support even more, the kid should go to the dad.
You know,
I like that.
There are some cases that actually do end up that way, right? Because of that, right? Like if I really was that fucking wealthy, right, I would fight tooth and nail to have the kids with me, because I mean the argument should be like, you have to pay this woman in order for her to take care of your kids and the lifestyle that you live in. And I'm like, well, then why don't they just fucking live with me then? That way they can live that lifestyle a lot more. You know, she could be the one. She could be the one with visitation rights. Why should I have to be the one with that shit?
Here's a story that ties into our earlier conversation.
Oh, great.
and this one. So I've been watching clips of child support court, and this woman who married a dude who makes hundreds of $1,000s.
Oh, that conversation. I thought you meant the cartel conversation.
No. So he's a pool guy, like he builds pools and things of that sort for rich people or whatever.
Yeah.
He's an older guy. I think his wife was slightly younger, but she was a frumpy dumpy looking chick anyway. So
she's a Twitter egg too.
Yeah.
A chocolate drop.
Yeah. So
stupid.
She has a high school education. She works as a secretary in his business, right? And thinks that affords her something. Like, you didn't come up with the business. You just shuffle some papers and he gives you this job as a thing so you have something to do. He has a maid that does.
That sounds like Twitter egg privilege to me.
He has
like a dependopotamus.
He has a
that's right, a dependopotamus.
He has a maid that comes through and does the cleaning and cooking. So the wife is basically living a lavish life of no work, right? Mm-hmm. With none of the accoutrements a woman who would usually get this kind of treatment. I'm like, the head or the anal has to be really, really good. It's like,
right,
nigga, because I don't understand. You can buy better shit than this, right? So
okay, hey Jones.
So I'm sorry, that was a good one.
So she's leaving him because she believes that he's cheating on her because most of his clients are women and he's a friendly guy.
Well, she's right. She's right, because if she's a Cadbury egg, I'd be fucking cheating on the bitch too.
You know, she has no proof, and he's like, "Look, I run an exclusive business where people want, like I'm dealing with rich people, so right. I have to, I'm on call because that's how my business. That's how I get more business. I give them the velvet glove treatment." He's like, "No, but you go to these places, and the girls be in bathing suits." Is like, well, I'm at their pool. And they're friendly, or they're barbecue, and they say, "Hey, have a drink, have a snack, da 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 da."
Come over here, pool man. Come on,
yeah.
This is classic Pornhub. This is classic Pornhub.
I was gonna say, like, I think I saw that.
My thing is like, this dude isn't a catch outside of he makes a lot of money, but clearly the people who he's building the pools for make more money than him.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like,
so you're saying they're slumming it with him?
They would be if the women are as hot as this lady claims they are, right?
Right.
Then they would be down. Like, he ain't the buff pool boy or no shit like that, right? He's an old dude. He's bald, dad bod, belly. You know what I'm saying? Overweight a little bit. So
look,
I'm like,
there's a lot of news articles that came out that like women actually prefer the dad bod over like someone who's ripped. So I don't know.
Okay.
Man.
The granddad bod. Let's put it there.
Okay.
Okay. So we have a good frame of reference.
With the bikini bottoms.
Yeah. So I'm like, this chick is delusional in so many ways. Because I'm like, maybe he has one client that has a hot for him because he has a great personality or some shit like that. But not all of his fucking clients are trying to fuck him. Like that. So it doesn't compute. Right?
His body looks like Mother Teresa's face.
So he's a Cadbury egg too.
So basically he's got the body.
He's more like
body
an M&M. He's kind of like an M&M.
A
stocky M&M.
A round peanut M&M or the oblong peanut M&M or the round chocolate M&M?
The peanut M&M.
Okay, so so his peanut M&M is jealous that he, the peanut M&M, is having sex with the Coke bottles. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's bullshit.
Yeah. So I'm like, she's totally delusional and crazy, and probably is just a user trying to get him on the come up, right? So she wants to get, a lot of money. She moved out of his house. She wants him to pay for the kids' tuition, continue to pay for that. And then buy her a new house for them to live in.
You want to know what the solution is to a bitch like that?
Murder?
In order for you to keep your business and not have someone touch your shit, right? It's you got to find someone that you really, really trust. Form an LLC, put all of your assets into the LLC. Right, and then just pay yourself a pauper salary until the kids are 18.
I think his mama's dead because that's the only person I would trust to do that shit with.
Well, then liquidate all your assets and give the bitch half, and cut your fucking losses.
She wasn't even getting half because she was only married to him for like a year or two. Like,
then definitely liquidate all your assets and fucking take the money and run.
Like she wasn't getting she was getting very little alimony. Like he's like, okay, I'm gonna pay you alimony because she was like a part-time worker with no plans on getting a full-time job. Luckily, the judge was like, no, you need to work. He ain't gonna continue to support you for the rest of your fucking life.
Oh shit, yeah, I'd liquidate all my assets and fucking and just run with the money and start another pool business with under a different name.
By the end of it, I think he was gonna give her like $4,000 a month for like 6 months, and then it'll decrease because she should have a job by then, so he'll stop doing the alimony. It ended up being fair, but he was also like, hey, I'll take the kid, and she can not pay anything. She's just going with her fucking life. He's like, well, you'll be paying the maid to do. It's like, I'm paying the maid to do all that shit. Was she here? So what fucking difference does it make? She doesn't take care of the kid like she's claiming because she works at my office part-time. Then she bullshits the rest of the time. And then the fucking maid is picking the kid up from school and dropping him off and cooking for him and have him there until we get home. She doesn't cook dinner because the fucking maid does it. Like, she sets our food up before she leaves, or we do takeout. So she effectively does nothing.
Right. She's also a lazy Cadbury egg.
Yeah.
How did you become a Cadbury egg? Being lazy.
So I'm like, why would a court leave a child with a parent who doesn't really do the custodial duties and can't do the financial duties? Right. And the husband is already paying somebody to take care of the kid already. Yeah. So he can continue to just pay that $1,200 a month to that person to just watch the kid and put that chick up on this. Like, she can go and live where she ever wants to live and get her shit together. And there is no financial transaction between the two of us. Like, she's out and we're done. And she can pick the kid up on the weekends or whenever the fuck she feels like it and return them. And my life is going to stay the same because I'm going to keep the maid no matter what.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the courts are fucked up in as much as, like, if your spouse who, you know, is a Cadbury egg, a lazy ass Cadbury egg, right? Can't afford her own lawyer. You got to pay for her lawyer if you can afford to pay for her lawyer.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of bullshit, right? Because I'm like, I got to pay for your lawyer too. This is the reason why I'm like, oh, you want a divorce? Fine. I'm liquidated everything. All right. I'm like, listen, I'm not even selling it to Chino. I'm giving Chino everything. God damn it. Chino's right. I just gave Chino everything. What are you gonna do? You can't bleed a turnip. You can't bleed a turnip.
That's right.
That's exactly what I would fucking do. I'm like, hey, I just gave Chino all of my assets for nothing. I gave them away. I'm gonna go into the woods and become Ted Kaczynski. Try and find me, bitch. And then, you know, months later, after the divorce is done and shit, and she can't get anything out of me, and they're like, hey, can we get all of that shit back?
Yep. Exactly.
So yeah, that's how you do. That's just how you do.
It's short, easier to remember. I like it.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Right. But yeah, child support. It's like I understand it's a necessary thing because it's money owed to the child, but there definitely should be some reasonable cap to that shit because nobody should be having babies as a fucking means of employment. Like, and it's funny. It's like there's a part of our society who cries about women becoming welfare queens by having kids and getting the government to pay for them, but nobody complains about women who have babies by dudes to get child support.
Man, look, that kind of something similar happens in the military where women who are in the Navy, for example, in order for them to not go on deployment, to, you know, stay their ass home because they don't want to go on deployment, they get pregnant. And it's it's like, hold on. You mean to tell me that you'd rather get pregnant, which is an 18-year commitment, versus go on the ship or whatever service you're
go out to sea for like 6 months to a year.
It's like, wait a minute, you'd rather do that? I mean, something doesn't compute here. You know what I mean? It's just it's pernicious, you know. So
yeah, and we won't even talk about the dependopotamuses that marry service members for their money.
Right. The young E3, E4s who, you know.
Well, see, that's not fair. What if I'm a trans woman? I can't get pregnant, so I don't go on thing.
Oh, we're not. Well, you know what? That's a topic for the next show.
Yes, we're gonna be here all night.
That's a topic for the next show. Oh man. So we'll stop. So should we stop here? Is that what we're saying? So we can record the next one.
Well, that I was checking in. I have more time. Do y'all have more time?
I got some.
I unfortunately have to go because I got some stuff going on in the morning.
All right.
So I won't be able to.
We'll table this until the next.
Till the next time.
Till the next one.
All right.
Yeah. Hey, hold on, just a second. I have a suggestion. I think we should change the name of the show to Tenet.
We'll take that under advisement.
Subtitle, probably not.
Yeah. We'll take that under advisement.
Yeah.
Fucking haters.
I like it though.
Fucking haters.
Hate.
Takes one to know one.
Right?
You know what I mean?
All right. Well, this has definitely been an entertaining conversation. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram at Chino and Homeboy. Check out our merch store. It's at chinoandhomeboy.myshopify.com. Every item that you buy is $1 to a veterans nonprofit called Hope for the Warriors. We personally screened all of the nonprofits for veterans, and this one is legit. The veterans do get a large portion of the money. So, you know, and if you spend more than $100, you get a free gift. So go ahead, shop.
What's the easiest way for me to become a vet so I can get some of that cash?
The easiest way for you to become a vet is to join the military, serve your 4 years, and get out on an honorable discharge.
Ah, that sounds like too much. I'm dead.
I mean, if you got a college degree, you can join the Naval Academy and have a 2-year commitment.
That's true.
I do. I could 2 years, but I think I'm too large for a ship.
You're also too old. Trust me. Take it from me. I tried joining the Army and the Navy at 44, and they were like, "Look,
but you're not black."
That's true. That is true. That is true. But they told me, look, you can either be a dirtbag or you can be old, but you can't be both. So
Yep. It was at that point that Homeboy realized his dreams are crushed.
As an update, you got denied by both branches.
Yeah, the Navy told me you could be a dirtbag, but you're too old. And the Army was like, I know that we need to bump our numbers up because we haven't been able to meet our recruiting quotas for the last 3 years, but you can either be old or you can be a dirtbag, but you can't be both.
Yep, they crushed his dreams.
That's right. So, I'm here sitting on a toilet doing a podcast.
I mean, yeah, it could be worse, right?
Yeah, it could be worse. It could be worse. It could be worse. So yeah.
Yeah, check out our merch store. What he said.
That's right. We got some good designs. We got good designs. We got 3 collections going now. With we're looking to add some more. So
absolutely.
You want to join the Discord. And Chino, did you want to talk about what DevOps has been doing, or do you want to save that for another time?
I'll touch on it, but we'll have a more in-depth discussion in a future episode. But the Chino and Homeboy DevOps team, that's their unofficial name and title. They've been working on our own cryptocurrency in conjunction with another one. And we just deployed, actually. So the first cryptocurrency for the Philippines has deployed. They're doing their final checks now. So I mean, technically not fully deployed, but they're completely done. Check out Perlium. I don't remember the URL off the top of my head. Forgive me, but I will have that before the next episode. But anyway, Perlium has been deployed. That is the first cryptocurrency based off in the Philippines, and our DevOps team is based in Manila, and they did our PUSC coin. So, like I said, both are deployed, and yeah, we're expanding our horizons, as it were. So, along with that, we are working also on an NFT incubator. So watch out for that as well. That is going to use the same blockchain as the PUSC coin, Ethereum. We're doing Ethereum. So watch out for it. I'll give you more info as we go along.
As things progress.
Exactly. As things progress. Right. Exactly. So shout out to DevOps for completing all that stuff. That's all I got.
All right. Well, until next time, homies. Peace.
And konnichiwa, motherfuckers. Or is it bitches? I forgot. Konnichiwa, bitches.
I believe it's bitches.
Yes. And konnichiwa, bitches.